Hello and welcome into the 247 Sports YouTube page. I'm Emily Proud, and look who I have with me here in studio. It is our Director of Recruiting, Steve Wiltfong. Also joining us on this broadcast is our 247 Sports Director of Scouting, Andrew Ivins. And guys, it must be a big day if we have both of our directors here. We also have Steve Wiltfong in studio, so there must be something going on. I'll tell you what's going on. We are awaiting to hear where five-star defensive lineman Eddrick Houston will be headed to play his college ball. He will bring you his commitment live here in just a few minutes. There he is, getting ready to go. You can see a little nervous energy, some excitement there. We are very much looking forward to seeing where he goes. Steve, it's between Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, Ohio State, and USC. You've had that crystal ball in for a while for the Buckeyes. How are you feeling right now as we're minutes away?
I feel great about Ohio State's chances to land one of the best defensive linemen in the country. They already have one in the fold in Justin Scott. Now they're in a great position for Eddrick Houston going into his announcement today. Look, he took a visit to Ohio State back in the fall for the Buckeyes' victory over Notre Dame. Then he returned in the spring, which is where I think this thing really took off. He got a chance to watch a spring practice, got a lot of time with Larry Johnson, Ryan Day, and that coaching staff, got to spend some time with the players and get a feel for what that culture was like. And then leading up to his official visit, I put in that 247 Sports crystal ball for Ohio State because trips to Clemson and Georgia, I don't think changed anything in that recruitment. USC as well. Now, he still had the visit to Ohio State or to Alabama after the Ohio State one, but I liked where the Buckeyes stood enough to put that prediction in, and I don't think anything has changed. I like where Ryan Day and company stand here to add to the nation's #2 recruiting class shortly. Andrew, you've obviously been analyzing his film that we're watching right now over and over, but you actually got to see him play in person last Friday in Buford's shutout win over St. Francis. What did you take away from what Eddrick Houston is able to do on the football field?
Well, Emily, I thought it's the best he has ever looked. And Eddrick Houston has been an interesting evaluation for us. First emerged on the scene 2 years ago. I remember I went to a Buford game. They were playing, I think it was North Cobb. And I was like, who is this guy? He was wearing number 30 at the time. They have since given him a lower jersey number.
Andrew, I hate to cut you off, but it's time. It's time. Oh. We're about to find out. Eddrick Houston will be making his commitment live right now.
We are live at Buford High School, and in a matter of minutes, we will have one of the top players in the country decide where he will go to college. And Eddrick Houston, and alongside, I have Rusty Mazzella on 3. Rusty, I know he's a 5-star, but where is he really ranked?
Well, you look at those 1 percentile players, 6'4", 275 pounds on the On3 industry rankings. He's the number 21 player overall in the country, state champion wrestler, 4x400 anchor leg.
Yeah.
Enough of that. This is the 1 percentile, one of the best players in the country. Eddrick, you're down to Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, Ohio State, and Southern Cal. It's time for you to make your decision.
I want to start off first by thanking everybody that helped me in the process. Mom, stepdad, uncle, auntie, everybody that's helped me so far, coaches, everybody, just to be able to keep grinding every day and to get here. Just really get this over with. Thank God. Thank God I was able to get this opportunity. But without further ado, I'll be committed to the Ohio State University.
There you go, the breaking news. 5-star defensive lineman Eddrick Houston has picked Ohio State. Here to react to this great news is Bill Kierlich here from Bucknuts.com. Bill, first and foremost, what does a win like this mean for the Buckeyes?
Well, glad to join you, first of all, Emily, and join you on just a great evening for Ohio State. Ohio State's offensive recruiting has been spectacular, but at times they've struggled a little bit on defense, particularly on the defensive end. And to get someone like Eddrick Houston, a 5-star, legitimate, strong side defensive end, absolutely huge for the Buckeyes. And to go right into the heart of SEC country and land him from the likes of Georgia and Alabama and Clemson, it's just absolutely huge for Larry Johnson, who did a fantastic, absolutely fantastic job of recruiting Eddrick Houston.
Is Eddrick Houston plans on suiting up for the Buckeyes coming up next season. Speaking of next, Bill, I know that there's a lot of Ohio State fans in the chat right now. I see a lot of Buckeye emojis. So speak to them. I mean, what's coming up down the block for the Buckeyes after this big win?
Well, the people on our message board were joking that if Ohio State missed on Eddrick Houston, the site might burn down. That's how important he was to the Bucknuts members, and those members are very excited about this one. But as far as what's next, probably the biggest domino now for Ohio State is offensive lineman Brandon Baker out of California. You know, they have four outstanding offensive line commitments, but he would absolutely top off a very, very good group of offensive linemen. And Ohio State, Texas, Nebraska, Oregon, those are the schools mainly in contention right now. And Bucknuts fans would just absolutely love to see Brandon Baker join Ohio State. And then a kid down in Florida, there's a lot of talk about a linebacker edge type guy. Booker Pickett Jr. would be another nice one to keep an eye on.
Buckeyes with the #2 class in the nation. Bill here to react with us. Thank you so much for joining us here. I know you joked that the site is going to shut down, but they got him, so it's not going to shut down. So make sure you check out the great work at bucknuts.com. Bill, thanks so much for being here. Everybody that's watching, go ahead and hit that like button on your way out. And of course, make sure that you are subscribed to the 247 Sports YouTube channel so you don't miss fun days like today. That's going to do it from us here in Nashville. Have a good one.